hadn't been bit, your Peter Parker would have lived.
You're lying. I'm Spider-Man.
Mistake!
In 2023, we were given one of the best Spider-Man films, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. In 2024, collectors were given one of the best Spider-Man action figures out there, and definitely the best Spider-Man 2099 figure in the market. This is my first SH Figuarts Marvel figure, and this is setting the bar really high. Now, I do have a few problems and concerns, but I'll get into those later. So there's a pretty big box that comes with this figure because of the accessories, both big and small. That being Miguel's cape, which I'll show you how to put on later. These Spider-Man 2099 web effects. 2 of these regular open hands for both sides of his body. These open claw hands for both sides. Along with these 2 multiverse bracelets, one meant for Gwen Stacy and another meant for Miguel O'Hara. This one will be very easy to lose, so just be careful with this one. And this unmasked Miguel head, which you change at the neck. I'm very glad that they changed the skin tone from the original promo images, which you see on the back of the box. Now, first things first, I did not think I'd get this due to the price point and its availability. I believe that this is set at a $130 retail price point, and I thought I'd have to settle for that extremely cheap looking Marvel Legends version, and I'm so glad that is not the case. There's not one lacking feature of this figure. It is all around fantastic just by looking at it. Now, we're typically Marvel Legends collectors when it comes to Marvel figures, so this is my first SH Figuart figure. Even though there's a ton of joints on this figure, even though some are seemingly unnecessary, SH Figuarts does a really good job blending all of the joints into this figure and just making it look as seamless as possible in any pose you put it. In my opinion, this is the perfect form and function blend for a figure. Now, as much as I love this figure, of course there are some problems that go with it. No figure is perfect, of course. Just a couple of the problems I want to point out here is these blades right here. They seem to be pretty strong, but I feel like just dropping it incorrectly will just snap off. And once that happens, you're kind of done. That's something you don't want to do with a figure this expensive. There's also no torso movement whatsoever, really. And I know people have found mods to do that. It's a very simple mod. You kind of just take this apart and then shave something down. I'm just saying, for people who are unaware of that, that is kind of a flaw, especially when it comes to a Spider-Man figure, but it is fixable if you're willing to do that, like I said. And then in my opinion, the biggest problem with my copy is that the knee kind of just pops out if I bend it out too much. Of course, you could just plug it back in, but you know, that's not really something that's like ideal, but it is seeming to be the biggest problem since it's a piece of the figure falling off. Now, like I just showed you guys a minute ago, he does come with this cape. Now, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty cool. The texturing is really nice back here, but it feels super fragile. But the way you port this into Miguel, he does come with this piece of plastic right here that you could use to wedge it out, but honestly you could just use your fingernails. It's kind of easier in my opinion. But as you can see, the red part comes out. Of course, you just plug it in there. Now, I'm not really a fan of this. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I'm not going to be using it much. Like I said, I am afraid of it breaking. I wouldn't keep it on him either way because
Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape.
So the articulation of this SH Figuart is crazy compared to Marvel Legends. It's something I'm not used to, but either way, you get a full rotation of the head up here. It can look up that much now and go down this much, which this neck joint is incredible. And the neck joint does go side to side, of course. For the arms, you get full rotation along with a shoulder joint that goes in and out, which of course adds so much to the posability and look of this figure. As you can see, this is the difference between the shoulder blades extended or not. You could do it both ways and he just looks so much more built. And at the bicep swings all the way around. Just be careful of this thing. Double jointed elbows that go that much in. You got like a ball hinge down here for the wrist, which moves side to side or up and down, whichever way you want to pose the wrist. For this ab area without the mod, it can go down this much and go back that much. Not really much movement, but like I said, if you do that mod, he can go a lot further and a lot more back. Either way, it does rotate here at the diaphragm. And also there is a waist cut, but it doesn't rotate whatsoever. I don't really want to break it. The waist cut does go down this much and it goes back this much. For the legs, it goes out this much and also kicks back this much, which is crazy. I thought I broke the figure when I first did this. He kicks out side to side about this much. The thigh swivel is there on my copy. It is pretty stiff. The knees are at a double joint. Just be careful of these on your copies. The feet move up this much and move down this much and also have a toe hinge. Now, like I said, this is my first Marvel Legends SH Figuart figure, but it's not my first SH Figuart figure because we did get this Naruto SH Figuart a few weeks ago, which I made a YouTube short on. And that figure was pretty cool because it had like faceplates on it. And I kind of wish Miguel came with something like that. I thought that would be kind of cool addition, you know, if they had like the vampire face for Miguel or like any different expression, but I am happy with what we have. You know, before this figure, the closest thing we had to an import figure was this Sentinel Miles Morales, and this is also an amazing figure, don't get me wrong, but these two together are just amazing. amazing. Now, I know they're from 2 different movies, but putting them side by side, it's literally like double the height, which is incredible. And I love both of these figures. But you know, if you guys want to pick one up for yourselves, do not hesitate, because this is fantastic. Now, I know it is pricey, but if you're a big fan of Miguel and you're a big fan of the Spider-Verse, I'd say this is pretty worth it if you're like that dedicated. So let me know what you thought of that stop motion segment in the beginning. I'm pretty proud of it. I wish I had this figure for my Spider-Verse series that I made a year ago. But either way, I'm just really glad that I have it now. Like, comment, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.